Well, because of this ongoing heat wave, the Department of Energy has declared an emergency for Arkansas, as well as 16 other states, including Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us here tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Allie Lynch. Doug is on assignment. They say this declaration will allow them to make sure the power stays on by sending out additional resources to the affected regions. KNWA received a statement from Carroll Electric saying they have normal operations and can keep up with customers' needs. Going on to say, quote, "We encourage members to use electricity wisely during periods of peak demand, specifically between 3 and 7 p.m. Small actions such as adjusting thermostats a few degrees when practical, delaying the use of large appliances until later in the evening, and limiting unnecessary energy use during peak hours can help reduce overall system demand while also lowering individual electric bills." And KNWA's Carroll Electric spoke with another local power company today who tells us it also does not expect any disruptions in service.
Allie, Ozarks Electric Cooperative tells us it's prepared to handle any increase in demand. In fact, the company says its goal is to provide reliable service throughout any extreme weather event. At this point, there's no indication that there will be any disruptions in service or outages. However, if you're willing to voluntarily make conservation efforts, that's certainly best practice, but it's not mandatory at this time.
Anytime members can support and help through voluntary conservation, such as turning your thermostat down a degree or two, that's always helpful. Also, if you can defer any large appliances like laundry or dishwashers, defer those till later in the evening. Those things can definitely help in high demand times and heat waves like today. It's voluntary right now. There's no mandatory requirements on that.
Tonight at 10, we'll tell you more about how you can help conserve energy. For now, Allie, back to you.
All right, Gabby, thank you so much. And we also have an update on Centerton's water conservation efforts. Mayor Bill Edwards says they lifted the mandatory moratorium as tower levels have now recovered. However, residents are still being asked to conserve water for irrigation purposes. They've sent out a list of rules for those in the city to follow. You can find all those details right now on our website, knwa.com.